Hey guys, what's going on? It's your one teenage commentator, Silent Skill here, and today guys, I got a little video for you about my first high school party, like I promised. But before I get to that, let me just say, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm getting lots of followers on there, and that's where I notify you. That's where you can contact me, talk to me, whatever you want to do it on there. Also, the GoFundMe for my PlayStation 4 is going on. It's just a little fundraiser where you guys help me get a PS4 so I can play with you guys. Links to that in the description. And yeah, so let's get into this video. So, if you didn't watch the video about the time I got pulled over by a cop, I'd recommend watching that video because that video is everything that took place before the party. So if you don't know, if you don't want to watch that video, whatever, we got pulled over by a cop on our way to this spring dance, okay? And at this spring, well, after we got pulled over, we went to the spring dance. But when we got there, everyone was leaving. There was like 15 people there in all. It was a bust. No one really liked it, so everyone just left. Everyone was gone, and everyone started leaving. So we heard about this party going on that night. And me and my two friends in the car were like, okay, you know what? Let's go to this. Let's see how it goes. And we called a few friends up, and at one point it was like 5 of us going to this party. So we drove back down to this other city, and because there's two cities like right next to each other, so we just drove down to the other one, and we got to the party, and all I could hear, like, this is my first high school party, my first like real party, like actual party. And when we got there, there was just basically music blaring and stuff, and I was like, okay, you know what? This is a bad idea. I shouldn't be here. And I'm like, okay, one of you guys should take me home. And they're like, you've gotten this far, you are not going home. So I was kind of, I wanted to do it, but at the same time, I didn't want to like get in trouble or anything. So I go in there, and the place is just filled with smoke. The music is blaring. Everyone's just chilling, having a good time, and so the person who was throwing the party actually greeted us at the door, and he had a bag of Doritos, and I'm like, hey, can I have those Doritos? So for the first 45 minutes of this party, I was just eating Doritos on his couch while everyone else was playing like beer pong and quarters and stuff like that, and I'm just sitting here, you know, eating Doritos and stuff. And he's like, hey, you want a beer or something? Because all they had was beer there. And I'm like, you know what? No, I'm fine. I'll just eat the Doritos. And he's like, all right, I'll get you a beer. And he comes back and he gives me a root beer. So at this point, we're like an hour into the party. I'm not having fun. And they're like, all right, you know what? Come over here. You're going to play quarters with us. So what we did is we got this little shot glass type deal, or like little thing, and we put it inside of another cup which was filled with beer, and the object of the game was to bounce the quarter into the cup in the middle, like the little shot glass deal in the middle of it. And if you did, you got to choose who had to drink that. So let me just say, I was dealing, like I was so good at this. I was like, I got to the point, no one else could get it except me, and I had like 4 in a row, and it got to the point where I was like bouncing them off of the rim of the glass and into the shot glass and it was just great. I was doing awesome, and then other people started to do good, and then this one guy hit it in, and he's like, all right, I want you to drink, Christian. And I'm like, you know, I'm fine. They're like, all right, then you can't play. And I'm like, you know, come on, that's not cool. I'll do the next one. So we keep going around, and then the next one comes to me, and I'm like, you know, no thanks, man. I actually got to be getting home soon. And they're like, no, you're not going home. And at this point, it's like midnight or something. But my parents expected me to be out that late because, you know, I was going to like a dance or something. So whatchamacallit, after that, I just kept denying it and kept denying it, and it just got to the point where they just didn't let me play because that's kind of ruining the game. So right before we were about to leave, everyone was literally just asking me, you know what, dude, just take one beer, that's it, that's all we're asking. So I was like, all right, you know what, screw it. And also this story is obviously the first time I drank. And so I took a beer and I started drinking it, and I'm halfway through and my hand's like shaking, okay? This is my first time ever drinking. I didn't know what to expect, and so I'm shaking, and as I'm trying to drink one, it spills all over my shirt. So that's kind of a predicament. So what we had to do is I had to take my shirt off, and I'm walking around this party shirtless as I'm washing my shirt like on the sink, and I'm scrubbing out all the beer and stuff, trying to make this thing not smell bad because it smelled awful. And so what I ended up having to do was spray a little cologne on it, and that kind of like seduced it. It didn't do very well. And so I went back downstairs, waited for the shirt to dry, finished the beer, and then I ate like, sorry, I don't know what that starter was. I ate like 10 pieces of gum to get this like flavor out of my mouth, because I was going home to my parents, and like they knew I was out later than I should have been. So I didn't even end up getting home until like 1 o'clock. And at this point my parents were like, okay, what were you doing? But yeah, I did finish that beer and everything. I said bye to everyone and I left the party, and my friend drove me home. And so I go home and I smell like alcohol. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to like, I go in there and I try and stay as far away from my parents as I can, and I'm just like, you know, I'm really tired. I'm going to get some sleep. I'm sorry, the dance ran longer than they thought, and I'm going to go to bed now. So it worked out well, but it was close. And that shirt, I actually soaked it in water overnight, because like if I just gave it to them to clean, that probably wouldn't have been good, because it would have smelled like beer and they would have known. So yeah, I just soaked it in water all night, got the smell away, and threw it in the washer, and I was good. So that was also my last party and my only party so far. So yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it, but at the same time it was kind of stupid. You know, it was like a decent sized party, like medium or so. But anyway, guys, tell me in the comments, have you ever been to a party? Have you ever done any of this? Yeah, just tell me in the comments. And if you did enjoy, please hit that like button. And that's it for today, guys. I'll talk to you later, and peace. To the outro. Yeah.